guys, now that we've assembled all our boxes, frames and wax, I'm just going to run through how a National Hive goes together. So we start off with a standard 4-inch deep mesh floor. This floor's got a Corex tray underneath for inspecting varroa. The white tray makes it easier to see the varroa. Standard entrance block with mesh floor. Next step is National brood chamber. This brood chamber sits here. You can see all the frames internally and the wax within them. Also the runners are there. If you square that up nicely in front of the hive, sits there with the entrance block. Next step is our queen excluder that prevents the queen going right the way up and down where we store our honey. And we've got a super here, framed for the same process with the wax down the middle. We actually have the option of this hive pack coming with 1 or 2 supers, and it's the same with the kits. You have the option of them coming with 1 or 2 supers. So the supers are both the exact same with the frames and wax. Sit here. And on the top end of the roof, you'd actually sit your crown board. This crown board is also used for extracting honey in time, and you use these quarter bee escapes when you're removing the honey off the hive. So it sits on top at the moment, and that actually creates a barrier between the roof, inside the roof, and at the tops of the boxes. If you didn't have this crown board, they would stick the roof direct to the top of the supers. So this is quite important at the top end of the hive. It stops them from sticking them with wax or with propolis or anything. Throughout the year when you're harvesting your honey, you'd move this down under with the quarter bee escapes. And our standard 7-inch deep roof sits way down over one of the supers. That's our complete hive pack. As I mentioned, you have the option of 1 or 2 supers with in this hive pack and with our kits. So, hi guys, today we're just going to look at a few of our different options on mouse guards. We've got 3 here to look at. So this is the galvanized metal mouse guard, and it's 460 millimeters long. There's a couple of holes here, smaller holes, that you can actually nail it in place, and that cuts down on the entrance side, so you can use that with an entrance block or without an entrance block. The second option here is our plastic mouse guard, which runs across here. As you can see, it's shorter, and you just screw it to your brood chamber through any of those holes and line it up, and it's got the mouse excluder here on the end. That's 450 millimeters long. The third one here is our adjustable mouse guard. So you can open it out fully here, or you can close it in to close it off completely. This can actually be attached to your entrance block, or it can be attached to your brood chamber, depending on what you want to do. And you can close this right down, and close it off and it's still ventilated, or leave it open with 1 or 2 spaces. That's 3 options within our mouse guards. So, hi guys, we're going to have a quick look at some of our queen excluders. We have 2 different options here. This is our Langstroth queen excluder, which measures 415 millimeters by 500 millimeters, which is 20 inches by 16.25. It's a flat plastic queen excluder. It's very simple to lay in place and very easy to use. You just lay it down into place and it's quite easy to use. That there's for the Langstroth hive. We do have the equivalent here for the National Commercial Rose in 14 by 12. This queen excluder measures 460 millimeters square, which is 18 inches square. Like that again, very easy and very gentle on the bees with the plastic. We've got our flat slotted metal queen excluder, which is pressed out of galvanized steel. It measures 460 millimeters square by 460, and like that it's 18 inches square. The only thing I notice about these queen excluders is because they're pressed out of steel, flat steel, they can actually be a little bit sharper on one side than they are on the other. One side is generally very smooth and the other side is a little bit sharper. So for me, I feel sometimes it does a little bit of damage on bees' wings. Next up, we've got the round bar queen excluders. These are both the same, it just happens to be one is framed and one is unframed. So this one here is 435mm square, and you can frame this yourself or it'll sit internally within the hive. And this other option here is it's actually framed, which is 460mm square, which is 18 inches square again. The advantage of this is that the bees can pass up and down easily through it. It's got quite long slots and is very, very gentle on the bees. It also has bee spaces built into it, which allows them better access across on top and below the queen excluder. So hi guys, we've got a few different options here. We've got a plastic queen excluder scraper and we've got the metal queen excluder scraper. The plastic one here actually does both the round bar queen excluder, sits in the slot there in the round bar, or it does the plastic on the opposite side here. So it's set up with the plastic for running across and cleaning. So depending on which queen excluder you're using, you can use this plastic one for both. The metal one with the timber handle is generally only used for the flat slotted queen excluder to clean it, or the round bar queen excluder. Sits in on the bars and runs along the bars for cleaning it on both sides. So that's the two options for plastic queen excluder scrapers. Thank you.